Hey, what's going on everybody? Today we are looking at an external sound card, which technically is just basically a USB DAC amp with headphone control as well. You can see all the different features of this. And it says it's also for PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch, and of course PC and Mac, but it will work on Xbox as well. Here's the unit itself with the power on. We'll go over all the features and everything, all the ports in the back in just a second. Looking at this. So this has a built-in AKM 4377 audiophile class DAC. And this supports up to 7.1 virtual surround on headphones and speakers. I don't see the other chipset. Inside the box, you're going to have the manual. There's a quick start guide right on the top. If I was to just open this up, I've had this for a long time now. I haven't gotten around to doing the review for it. Here's your kind of a quick start diagram that shows you all the buttons. Then this side there'll be a manual and everything else inside there. I'm just going to put that off to the side for now. Looking at the unit itself, these are programmable buttons. You have a mute for the microphone. This is microphone volume. This is the regular volume. You have controls here for the sound stage. This is the surround. You have the bass. You have the treble. You have the mic. And of course you can have XFI on or off. What's nice about this is you can take your bass. If you had an overly bassy thing, you can bring it all the way down to -9. Or all the way up to +9 if you have things that don't have enough bass or you want more bass from your product. So like that, you can do that with all the different settings. Front ports, there's some lights depending on what mode you're using. You have PC, console, mobile, Dolby, microphone, and headphone. Then we're going to swing that around to the back. We obviously have the USB-C plugged in. You have your power on and off. You have your switch for which you're going to be using, PC, mobile, or console. High gain, low gain switch right there. Optical in and out. And of course, mobile line in, mobile line out. Just use it as an amplifier. Looking at playback resolution, we have PCM 16 to 24-bit, 48 to 96 to all the way up to 192 kilohertz. So it'll handle all three of those. The optical is limited to 16-bit, 24-bit at 48 kilohertz. We have a headphone amplifier. It says MAX 972280A, 32 to 300 ohm headphones. I've only used 120 at the max with this. Most of the ones that I used with this were 32 and 60 and 55. Total noise distortion is 0.0005%, so it's good. And it is good. It gives you a nice clear sound. I know some people have complained about the software, but you really don't need the software with this unless you're doing some major PC stuff, for game consoles and mobile, and you can just simply plug and play this and use it. We just went over the output, so I don't have to do any of those. According to this, supported platforms PC, Mac, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Android. I don't see why PlayStation 3 and any of the Xboxes wouldn't work on this. It is powered by USB-C. Of course, you can put an adapter on the end of that or run a C to A line, no problem. It's got the mix dial for your voice, 4 custom buttons, and EFX control panel. So okay, let's get into the main thing. Performance, sound, build quality obviously is good. It's all plastic, but it feels really solid. It's got some really good controls. Would have been cool to have like this right here, like on these, to give you like the volume readout. That's just me. The more lights, the better. This sounded very clear. It was more than efficient enough to handle even the higher, like the Monitor 80s and other ones that I had. I didn't have to crank it up at all with the 120 ohms. I mean, I think I'm probably most things, the volume right about here did good, especially for like hard to drive on high gain. The different modes, like the battle mode and all the different ones with the speakers, I did get to test those, not extensively. Basically what I did was just use this as an external sound card, and it worked fine. It really worked fine. It ran things. I mean, it runs the 650 Sennheisers just fine, and those do need power. It handled the Fostex T50 RPs quite well, as well as a number of other headphones that we used. And we even used sensitive IEMs, and it seemed to handle those pretty good too. There was a mild hiss on some of the really, really low, very sensitive ones, but it was nothing. It kind of cut out once the stuff started playing, and I get that with a lot of different amplifiers and DACs as well. So what does it sound like? Obviously Soundstage is there. It's very, very open sounding. It's extremely accurate. It is very, very crystal clear sounding. It's kind of overall has a neutral tone, and it's highly detailed. Bass is excellently represented, which is kind of something you need if you're listening to media or playing like shooter games. And of course that soundstage and that accuracy is excellent too. You can hear the footsteps, and it's also good for RPGs as well. For music, it did an excellent job. It probably isn't the best thing that I've ever heard for music in the world, but it presented it crystal clear with some really good detail and openness. Just honestly sounded very, very good. Just extremely detailed and clear. That's basically all I can say about this. Maybe a hint of warmth there, but mostly it's just neutral sounding, and it has a decent amount of power. So if you're doing like gaming and you want to do music and you don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff on your desk, you get something like this, and this works. This does everything you need it to do. I've had this now. How long have I had this? My goodness, I've had this for over a year. So I've really gotten to test this, and this has been put off the burner for a while. And I just decided to unplug it from where it was before. It's always set up. I'm always using this for gaming. And if in the middle of gaming I want to listen to music, or if you're using the PlayStation and you want to stream Spotify, which I like to do sometimes too, there's nothing like playing Dark Souls and then having Spotify playing in the background as well. It works well. It works well. That's all I can say. That's basically all the information I have on this. Obviously, I've had this for a long time, so it's been extremely reliable. It's built well, and it sounds crystal clear with very good details. And right across the board, there's a really nice kind of neutral, balanced signature from the bass to the highs. Nothing comes out shouty, harsh, or anything else like that. It just reflects the sound the way it's supposed to do. And that's really good. It really is a good quality all-in-one unit, or external sound card if you want to be technical about it. So I do like this. I didn't use the software as much as I should. Not really into that. But as for a plug-and-play unit, it worked excellent with everything, including just putting it on the phone. So this has been the Creative Sound Blaster GC7 with Super XFI. Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll see you somewhere out on the internet.